The Tulip Mania is considered by many as the first recorded case of a financial bubble. It took place in the 17th century during the Dutch Golden Age. At that time, the Netherlands was one of the world's leading economies, thanks to its rapidly growing international commerce and trading operations. The economic boom led to an increased demand for luxury goods, and tulips were among the most desired, particularly those with unusual colors and patterns. Depending on the variety, the price of a single flower could easily exceed the income of a skilled worker or even the price of a house. The creation of futures contracts pushed the prices even higher as the flowers didn't have to physically change hands. It's said that the bubonic plague also had an impact on the market because people were more inclined to take investment risks. Following a few months of unreasonable demand, more and more farmers started growing the flowers, but the supply eventually got too high, and the tulip market found its peak in February of 1637. There was a sudden lack of buyers, and after a failed tulip auction in Haarlem, fear and panic spread very quickly, causing the bubble to burst in less than a week. Many considered the Tulip Mania as a prime example of a financial bubble, where greediness and hype drove prices far beyond reasonable levels. But what does it have to do with Bitcoin? Critics often point to Bitcoin as another example of a financial bubble. But connecting the Tulip Mania with Bitcoin fails to account their different asset classes and market circumstances. Our current financial environment is completely different and with far more players than the tulip markets of the 17th century. On the one hand, the Dutch tulips had a limited lifespan, and it was almost impossible to know the exact appearance the flower would have just by looking at the bulb alone. Transporting tulips involved many risks and extra costs, as the flowers could get dry or die very quickly. They were also unsuitable for small payments, as dividing the flowers into smaller parts would make no sense, not to mention that flowers could be stolen from the farming fields or out of a market stall. On the other hand, Bitcoin is a digital form of cash that is secured by cryptography and scarce by design. It cannot be copied or destroyed and can be easily transferred worldwide. Bitcoin can also be divided into multiple smaller units, making it suitable for all sorts of payments. While there's a debate about whether or not the Tulip Mania was a financial bubble, it's irrational to compare the Dutch tulips to Bitcoin. Not only because of their distinct historical contexts, but also due to the digital nature of cryptocurrencies, which are protected by cryptography and have nothing to do with flowers. To learn more about economics and cryptocurrency, don't forget to watch our other videos at Binance Academy.